She needs chocolate, stat!
300 cc's of chocolate.
Okay, so brief review as I always do. Last time you had gotten triggered into a trap. Sort of lured, but it's sort of intentional. You guys knew it was there, and you guys were told, and whatever, you're ready in a way. But you weren't kind of ready for this elaborate transportation. And Kendar is excluded because he's a Titan, and he can't be teleported in this manner, right? So he's zapped out of there. And also, he uses like a word recall effect that he has,
grabs
right?
the unicorn?
And he grabs the unicorn, yeah. Rodar did not come.
Oh.
And so the characters that did come, I should just go on that. Sorth, Rain, and Gleep, and yes, Cyril.
Sir Robin.
Sir Robin, yes. And Ekladra.
Who's awake first?
Yes, we have to make a roll. And I was going to say, like, it's Constitution thing, right?
Oh, well, Sir Robin.
Well, Sorth has an 18.
Kind of a
Constitution. She's only
Is
got
it for
17
spell?
Constitution.
Rain has
Oh no, I still +1 to an attribute.
That was pretty good actually, because that gave me. So I went up in more hit points too, and my level is a level 11.
But he's still a dumbass. Intelligence 9. Okay, in fact, in like Baldur's Gate and stuff like that, if you're playing a character that has low intelligence, like when they talk, they sound stupid.
Oh really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo, dude.
I remember that.
Yeah.
So here's the temple. Sorry. You guys came in here and there was a brief confrontation in the temple. Before this happened, Cyril did a real quick gloat. She spun around and just goes.
You mean that Ekladra did it?
Alright, Ekladra, yeah. She had a big. She was up by the altar, or whatnot, and she activated a device. And there's an elaborate sort of lattice work of real thin, sort of weird, that weird kind of metal the Drow use. What's that called again?
Adamantine?
Adamantine, that's the one. And that's what the back of the altar. I don't know if you've ever been in any Catholic churches or anything, but they got some elaborate altar pieces in the background.
Yeah.
It's elaborate.
You should have seen some of the ones that's on China,
yeah,
man.
and whole
walls,
sorts of neat stuff.
And
And it sparkles with lights and emits this humming sound, and then there's a searing pain, of course, and this intense light that causes you can't seem to get out of your head, of course, and then of course the blackness as you fade out. Now, who's got the highest constitution?
Sorth has an 18.
So Robin said they got an 18.
So they are the first to stir, and right away they can hear a heavy breathing and a real silence. Like before there was this thundering echo in their head as something surged, right? It's this power.
Well, and plus there was that terrible feeling in there, right?
Yeah, and it's like all of a sudden this dead silence, and then you hear this kind of heavy breathing, and you look up and your head's hurting and whatnot, and you can smell dust, and it's a completely different environment. It's a lot cooler. Like, because remember you were in the fire giant hall, and you guys are getting used to that sauna heat. Like, the sauna heat, like mine.
Wearing armor in a sauna.
Oh, and here, it's just like, it's cool. It's like you get a chill right away. It's cold and it's dark there, but you see there is a few candles. You start to see that. You start to see lights, but now you start to realize that they're candles. Okay, so who woke up first?
I'd say Sorth, because you only just put his constitution.
So Sorth, and it's like real quick though happening. So Sorth stirs up. You see a bunch of all your 4 characters lying around. There's characters missing. You see, Robin, Rain, Cyril, and Ekladra. And Ekladra's laying. She's stirring and moaning and starting to get up.
Cut her head off!
No, he doesn't. But Sorth tries to get up quickly and.
Yeah. Okay. Now you have to make a Constitution roll, and what that means is you get your Constitution.
Just run over and jump on her and pin her to the ground.
You have to roll. What you have to do is roll.
And stuff a gag down her throat.
You have to roll over 25 with your Constitution.
You gotta stop her from using any spells.
Actually, it's your Constitution, so it's 18. So basically, you have to roll 7 or over.
11.
Okay,
Woo!
so you do get up. You shake your head and get up, and you're watching. Clapper's stirring. She's getting up. She'll be up next round.
Well, this is
Cyril's. You see Sir Robin stir and groan and get up.
Well, I'd try and immediately gag her or something, because that's Cyril. My loves. Fucking, she tried to kill her. I seen that. Die.
Okay, now you see an old man in like a robe, dirty, tattered, stained robe, disheveled hair, bald on the top, kind of side round hairdo sort of.
Like a monk looking.
Yeah, and then he's got a crazy beard and crazy looking eyes.
What, he's just standing there?
No, and he was outside, and now you look, well, you're filling in more. You see you're on a giant pentagram that's been carved into the very stones of some floor, and you're in some basement of some large building. It's like masonry work, big bricks. It's like a big building. Possibly reminds you of a church catacombs or something like that, right?
So the first thing he is going to do is bind a Clavdra somehow and stuff a gag in her mouth, because.
What are you doing? You hear this old guy actually speaks in a different language, and then he shakes his head and speaks in with an accent.
In common?
Wait, no, you must not have violence. Not in this place.
This isn't violence. She's a evil creature.
Evil, twisted sorceress.
Yeah.
That coming from a half-orc, you may be,
Yeah.
There's much evil here, but we must not show violence here. No, not. And he starts shaking and stuff. And he goes and he starts kind of crooning. He looks around and tapping his head, and it worked. We're saved. And he's going around stirring characters, shaking them and stuff.
Well, Sorth.
Saved from what?
Well, violence isn't binding her up.
So she's up. She gets up, and there's a moment of.
Sorth keeps a big eye on her.
No, it's actually hardly a moment of panic on Eclata's face. You almost saw like uncertainty and out of her element sort of thing, but she's, of course, gets hold of herself really quick. And, of course, she's up, and...
Sir Robin would be up by now.
Yeah, Sir Robin's up now, and you have your weapons.
Sitting up with one mouth. What the hell?
Yeah, well, I guess your weapons...
She's got
her tentacle rod, and her tentacle rod is more elaborate than the other two that the other lieutenants had.
I draw my flame tongue so there'll be more light in here.
I would have kicked that out of her hands. I would have disarmed her.
Yeah.
Before, like, if I was going to try and tie her up before he said, I would have tried to...
No, she goes, yeah, okay, you kick that, you can't really touch that tentacle rod.
No, even if I was booting it out of her hands.
It's very dangerous. Like, Cyril's like,
okay.
Don't touch that.
Yeah, nasty.
She goes, that's a violet tentacle rod, the biggest they come, and you touch that,
it
sticks to you, and then it wraps around you, and it gets ugly. It's inanimate right now. See, it's limp, it's laying there, and all its tentacles, because she is.
Okay.
But if she gets up and sees you're holding it, she could.
I didn't want to hold it. I didn't want to hold it.
So just be to watch that thing. Cyril just says it has like 6 attacks and so on, and so it's a powerful weapon. Those tentacle rods.
Just flick it away from her.
Well, that's what I was
with a sword or something, maybe.
Yeah, I was just
so she gets up and she recognizes the situation. She's direly outnumbered. She's in an alien environment, so she puts two together right away, and she's like, easy. She goes, and of course, she looks very benign now. What is this? And of course, she's a chaotic elf, so she's intrigued as well, too.
Yeah.
What is it? And she looks at the shriveled up the guy, and how? And she starts looking at the pentagram and stuff while keeping her back to the wall, sort of watching you guys. Well, it seems we're in the same predicament, and then she kind of goes quiet. Well, Wonder Boy, she looks at Sir Robin. What do we do now? Can you get this device to work? She says.
And I'm like,
I
don't know where we are.
Who are you?
She recognized him.
All I know is this place is foul.
No, she recognized
but not
that
a fraction as foul as you are.
He could have been the only. Like, she summed it up real quick. He could have been the only one who could activate the
pentagram.
The gate.
Is he wearing any particular types of robes or anything, or? Rain does a quick tracking check-in, like a search here in the building. Rain's up now, right?
He goes, yes, you are. And he comes towards, and then when you open your eyes and look at him fully, and he sees your mark, your dark eyes, he goes, you, the warrior of light, he mutters.
Sir Robin looks behind him.
Oh.
Where?
No, that's you.
It's a long story.
Well,
come with me while we still have daylight. He's like, and he takes you to this large spiral staircase. You guys are in a catacomb.
Sorth and Rain are keeping a huge eye on a Clavdra.
Yeah, and she seems to be behaving, and her tentacle rod is retracted, all tentacles, and now it just looks like a harmless little purple, and it's weird. It's like alive, It's not like a metal or wood or anything. It's a thing.
It's like a
it's
biological.
made in a tank or something, right?
Yeah.
So
biological thing. So is Cyril gonna ask Glavder anything? Would she have
Oh,
anything
yeah.
to say to her?
They, well, I'm not sure, eh? There's a lot of animosity there, and
Well, no, but
Plus an
Yissa
alignment
Cyril
change.
would, because of her alignment change, would she hate her sister anymore, or would
I
she
know,
want to
that's
try
why
and change
no,
her?
no, she would still deep down always have hope, right? That's what her God gave her when she lost her hope.
Yeah,
and
what
she
it
was
gave her,
like
yeah.
Drizzt facing the realities of what drove her and
Yeah.
blah blah, and she truly recanted. Then she got hope again.
Yeah.
And so she'll always have hope. That's her thing, right?
Mhm.
Her God is a goddess of hope. So she actually treats her like almost like a Roman Catholic priest would treat a sinner, hardcore
Oh,
sinner.
okay.
He would be almost condescending and almost, like she would just
Oh,
go,
you haven't changed your
sister,
ways.
yeah,
You're-
sister. One day I hope that you will realize that how shallow and wicked the Drow are. And then she gives, of course, the Cyril or Glavder gives out a wicked little cackle, malicious little cackle. And by the way, she's already using. You have to make a. What would you have to make? Who would make it?
What?
This Cyril would.
Sense magic? Sense... Do I sense anything with my
Yes,
telepathy?
Cyril goes up to Sir Robin, and Sir Robin, you have to make a roll for me real quickly. Okay, you have to roll. You
Where's
get
your
your you get your intelligence bonus.
Oh, come on.
Which is
That's
it
not
negative?
No, I think it's 0, but yeah. 9.
0.
So make a 20 die roll and just tell me what it is.
I quake with fear. 13.
13.
Cha followed by change.
Okay, you're flushing a bit. You're uncomfortable. You're flushing a little bit, and yes, Cyril saunters up to Sir Robin and kind of looks at you and glances at Glavder and goes, "Well, handsome, you better watch yourself."
Oh, she's
Got the hots for.
No, she's gonna use whatever she can
she's
to.
a Fury, right?
Oh,
She's a what?
she's a whore.
Fury.
Fury.
That's what they call them down there.
Oh.
No, it's a special. It's a
roll master.
Like a
It's a roll master thing.
Or
but
like a
I've adapted it.
siren
They
type of
specialize.
thing?
Yeah, they specialize in seduction
And
and
stuff.
using. Yeah.
They have spells,
They're
magical
fatales,
dances.
right?
Okay, hey,
Yeah.
can Rain sense anything with her circlet of telepathy? Because I'm still wearing all my stuff, right? And I had that on.
Oh.
Okay, you sense confusion and whatnot from the older guy,
Yeah.
and somewhat focused too. He's driven. He's had something done to him. You notice that right away.
Oh, like in his mind? kind of
Something,
thing?
yeah, and you don't want to intrude. You don't want to intrude on his mind and read his mind or anything like that. But you
No.
could have a good chat. We need to have a good chat with him. We need to sort a few things out. There's a
Yeah.
few things he has to talk to you about. But
Well,
he's
we
taking you
probably want
upstairs.
to get out of this area if he was worried
Which
about
DM,
it.
sir? I'm going to try a planar knowledge roll to see if I can have any determination by looking
absurd
around
roll.
me or
Right now it'd be
anything.
absurd because you're just in a
Feel like
catacombs.
Yeah.
I'll give you an absurd roll right now.
Sure, why not? I get +5.
Yeah, I'll roll 20 basically. It's
I have
absurd
no
is
idea
a
where
30.
we are.
It's a 30.
We're somewhere within the known
I'd
universe.
say
That's all I know.
5, because you'd have to have a really, really high.
Oh, it's on. It's roll 20. So anyway, he takes you up the spiral staircase, and then you come into the back section of what appears to be very much a sort of Gothic style
Are there any
cathedral.
runes on the wall or
but it's
anything?
seen better days. Clearly, it's been years since it's seen a duster, and
So it's
there's
all fallen
cobwebs.
ruins,
Yeah,
or-
there's garbage and debris laying around. All the benches and stuff, like it's a church, a large church. All the benches and stuff. There's a bunch piled up in one corner, and there's some that have been picked apart for firewood, and some that are
So who the hell's this old man?
some put in
Is
a
he
little
just
circle.
an old man?
And he
Is
goes
he
to the
human?
he goes to the circle that he has a couple benches around in a fire pit.
Oh, okay.
And you notice now that there's used to be stained glass windows and stuff like that, but
There's
they've
nothing
all
there.
been broken and boarded up and sealed. Quite heavy duty. You're like, wow, those.
Who has dungeoneering like
I'm sure that's been,
Fortified.
fortified against attack. Yeah.
Yeah, or
Well,
even-
Sir Robin would
So
kind
he,
of know that.
but you
the
see
boat
daylight
outside, so
outside.
we
There
have
is
that.
a kind of haze. It's not sunny by any means, but there's light out and it's coming through cracks and stuff. And there is chunks of stained glass way up high.
Does the
that-
light look
that
any
shine.
different
get
than a
to.
normal sun? Than our normal sun?
Yeah. Well, let's talk to the dude.
Gleep, make a quick roll, planar roll. Now now you have something. Okay, there's something. It's not even. It's more fluorescent than sun, by the way.
Yeah.
It's not really a sun.